Hello everybody, Napalm on G4G here on YouTube. Today as we get closer to 2023, I'm back in Marvel Snap to talk about a deck that I have been using for quite a while and have been enjoying quite a lot. It's been a very successful deck, and one of the reasons why I wanted to highlight it is not because I happened to grab it from a site or had a friend give it to me or anything like that. This is an original deck that I built myself and is doing extremely well for me. I've had a 100% win rate with it. And while the theme definitely exists out there, it isn't particularly unique. This is a deck that I've not seen posted on a site. I haven't gone out to try and find this deck or find what makes it work. It is completely original, and that's why I'm happy about it. It's always nice when you use your brain in a game like this that has 4, 5, 6, 7D chess in it, and you come up with something that you like, it's fun to play, and also is winning pretty well for you. So you're going to see me pop something up down here, and this is called Snap Sync. Snap Sync is a program that you can install on Android and Windows. I'm not too sure if it's on iOS, and it allows you to record your matches and send them up to this website so that you can continue to check your progress and everything. This deck here, you'll notice that it's a loss for me. This was not the deck I'm talking about. This was a move deck because I had a daily to do some moving, and I did lose at the end over here. I think Heimdall may have screwed me out of a win and misplayed it, but I can go ahead and show you guys an example of what Marvel Snap does. So there is my account, and I don't know why it has no decks over there. There are definitely decks that have been uploaded. You can also do this thing called upload game data. When you do it, it tells you what files you need to upload so that you get some information. I went ahead and on my laptop uploaded this data over here from my BlueStacks version, and I'm not really too sure if it's working exactly how it's supposed to, but you can see here on Android there are some directions, and they're basically about the same thing as BlueStacks. They do not give you a way of uploading your data from Steam. However, Steam, when you are running the app, goes ahead and sends your matches up automatically. So if I were to go over here to matches, you will notice that this Lockjaw on reveal has been consistently winning for me, and this is the one that we're going to go ahead and talk about. Why it doesn't have my loss for the move deck over there, I'm not too sure, but you can see since I started uploading, everything's been going pretty good except for this one particular loss over there. So first I'm going to check into my store. Tempted to get this Sunspot Winter Wonderland bundle just so I could get the tokens, and I want the tokens just so I can get Mystique, who's been pinned here for a while, and I've been 300 short for a little bit. I can see Hazmat is in my store over here. Unfortunately, don't have Blue Cage yet. So there is not too much I can do with Hazmat quite yet. If I ever got Bast would help out Hazmat a little bit. Not that I would want the -1, but Bast would flip her to be a 2/3, which makes her a little bit more viable. I know this is the expensive way to do it, but I've got a lot of credits right now, and I'm trying to get to some of these collector's reserves so that I can maybe get my tokens to go ahead and get Mystique out of the shop over there. So I will show you guys some of the newer decks that I have been running since the last video, and then we'll get to the deck that I've been talking about over here. So I think in the last video, I maybe had no power, but I'm not too sure if I had return cards. This is all chronological order, so I've covered these before. On reveal used to be my primary deck, of course. It is Odin trying to proc Spider-Woman, Gamora, and White Tiger towards the end game. Jubilee tries to get some cards over there, and this is just an on reveal deck. It's very basic. And it was my comfy pillow. It was a deck that I used for a long time. Ongoing was the second deck that I had made, and again, as you can imagine, it's all about ongoing abilities with Spectrum and Onslaught trying to buff things at the end of the game. Discard Duty I use quite a bit when I have some, want to use some fun. It got recently boosted with Gambit. Electra's just in there for a kill, but Angel Blade, Morbius Swarm, Wolverine, Moon Knight, Swordmaster, Ghost Rider, Hellcow, and Apocalypse are all there for discards and everything. They're either a card that does something when discarded, or it actually does the discarding. Pretty standard discard duty deck. Deadpool, technically, I believe, can go in there. I think he maybe came out for Gambit. I'm not exactly too sure there. Death is a original Death deck. There's where Deadpool is. Killmonger, Sabretooth, Angel Nova, Bucky, Carnage. I cannot stand the other variant of Carnage that I have, which is the Lockjaw Carnage. Hate using that Carnage. This one over here, the Kim Jacinto variant. Maybe the rest of the card is okay. I hate the jaw. Oh, there's a swap in variant button. Well, that's cool. So I think that's the first time I've noticed that. Shang-Chi destroys on the enemy side, and Arnim Zola is hopefully going to clone Death to multiple locations. That's kind of how that goes at the end. Moving and Shaken is my move deck. Typical Human Torch, Iron Fist. Dagger is new to the deck. Kraven, Multiple Man, Cloak, Doctor Strange, Vulture, Miles Morales, Claw, just to maybe boost something to the right of him. Vision and Heimdall. This is the deck that lost late last night. Control was kind of a very original idea by me, and now Control seems to be getting popular among Snap players. This one is a little bit about board control, really. It's not about enemy deck control exactly, but Iceman Scorpion, yes. Watu's there to try and reveal locations so that I can Scarlet Witch or Storm or Rhino it. Spider-Man locks a location down. Leech takes away some power, so that is a little bit of a deck control. Professor X locks down a location, and Hulk is kind of in there as the win condition. Control decks are popular in Magic. It's just an interesting idea on that one. Handy Fury, this one is basically designed to get extra cards in my hand, and it has synergy with Quinjet and the Collector. Also, this is where Moon Girl and Devil Dino is for me. Almost everybody who plays the game's got these two somewhere. Nick Fury is there to add three random 6-cost cards to my hand towards the end of the game to boost Devil Dino. Falcon returns cards, all the 1-drops to my hand, which means that Agent 13 and Mantis get to do their job twice. And there's Moon Girl, there's Sentinel. Mr. Fantastic is there really just to boost locations. It's possible I may replace him. Zoobies is a zoo deck. This is another Magic the Gathering. Well, not really Magic the Gathering. This one's more of a Hearthstone term. This is a zoo deck that works with Khazar. This one has started to get popular amongst Snap players in the last month or so. Zoos are typically low-cost decks, and in Hearthstone, I believe they were often Warlock decks. Black Panther, this is your typical Arnim Zola Black Panther related deck over here. Used this for a little bit, haven't been doing too much with it. No power is my Patriot deck. Patriot is there to boost tokens like Squirrel Girl and Debris Rocks. I should move, I believe, Dr. Doom in here because the Doom bots don't have power. So they would get boosted by Patriot. Probably would want to take... Well, Hulk would get boosted, but I think Doombot would be a little bit better. This is a tough call. A boosted Hulk is just that much more powerful for a single location, but boosted Doombots would be better for like a little bit of an AoE attack. Debris is in there because my rocks would get boosted, but the enemy rocks wouldn't. The demon from Hood would get boosted. Misty Knight doesn't have power. I have Mysterio in here as kind of an early Doctor Doom before I had him, so I may want to reevaluate this one a little bit. I don't want to take out anything lower than a 5 or 6 to make room for Doom, because then the deck skews a little too heavy, and there is no way to play 3 6s at the end over there. Onslaught is designed to land at the same location as Patriot, because he would be giving cards +2 power, and then Onslaught comes in and says cards would give 4 power instead. Huey's decided to come over here and make an appearance. Return cards, this is my Falcon deck. It is basically designed to return cards like Hood, Agent 13, Korg, and Yondu back to my hand so I can get value out of them again. Yondu destroying cards, 2 demons over there, stealing cards from the enemy, and of course Korg dropping rocks into the enemy deck. But Falcon only works with the cheaper cards, so you need something at the top end of the deck, and that's where Silver Surfer, Bishop, Patriot, and Debris come in. Mjolnir, as I discussed in the last video, shouldn't be there because Mjolnir is not going to get boosted by Patriot, so I need to work on that. Perhaps this is where Doom could go, and then Leech is there for a little bit of control, and I'm not really too sure why I have Arnim Zola there. However, Arnim Zola duplicating Patriot or duplicating Silver Surfer, not bad. That deck is going to need work. Darth Death is a death deck from friend of the channel, Darth Plato. It's very, very similar to my own death deck, other than the fact that Hood is in there. And basically, Hood is fodder for destroying because of his -2. Once he gets the demon out, you really want to get Hood out of there. Killmonger is everybody's favorite play. Of course, Shang-Chi is another one. Doom Test. This is my Dr. Doom test deck. It's called Test because it's still in a bit of a beta form. The goal is to try and wave drop Doom on 5, Arnim Zola him on 6. Electro is in there to get some max energy. So Electro and Wave try to make it so that Doom can go on 5 and then Arnim Zola can go on 6. And then here is the deck that I want to talk about in this video, John, which is a Lockjaw deck. This is the one that I've been saying I've decided to put together myself, and it features something that I've been doing in a lot of decks recently where I'm cycling cheap cards with abilities to use them multiple times. So Wasp is basically a free card to drop on the turn that I drop Lockjaw. So drop Lockjaw, drop Wasp, immediately cycle Wasp out, and try to get anything kind of along the bottom row over here. Jube, Spider-Woman, Abomination, Magneto, Infinite, and Death. These are just basically here as expensive cards. I could take Magneto out and put in Hulk, since Magneto could potentially screw things up, so that is a possibility. America Chavez, this is something that some people run a lot with Lockjaw because it ensures that she stays out of your hand, meaning she's you drop the RNG when you're doing Lockjaw. If Lockjaw lands and then maybe, let's say, Hood is still in your deck somewhere, Lockjaw might pull in Hood, and then you don't really get the value out of it. However, America Chavez staying away from your hand and staying in your deck the whole time is really good. However, she is a little bit weaker than some of my other sixes that I have. I would definitely want to keep Infinite and Death in there because they are so powerful. Death could go out, and I could take Death out and put in Hulk for a manual play if I needed. I don't feed Death in any way, shape, or form in this deck, so if she is in my hand in round 6 and then get pulled by Lockjaw, admittedly, I can't play her. So by taking her out and putting in Hulk for a possible manual play, not a bad idea, but I was leveling up the variant. I do like this first form variant quite a bit. Giganto also could be there, as I think if he got pulled in by Lockjaw, his power would be negated. So, I mean, there's a lot that I could do at the top end over there. Abomination is in for a manual play at 5 if need be. I could take Abomination out and keep... Hi, Albedo. Wow, all the cats are coming to say hi right now. I could pull Abomination out and put America Chavez in. That's a possibility, but let's go ahead and see the deck in action over here. It does no good to say, hey, this deck is winning so much, and then you not actually get to see it. Lockjaw in my hand in the beginning. That is great. However, rocks being in my deck. That's dangerous. There's 5 rocks in there Lockjaw can pick. I'm going to wait. I could... How funny would it be if I drop Lockjaw, drop the rock goes out and cycles in another rock? Oh, that's... that's rough. Your power here is guaranteed... Alright. Well, if the rocks are... So that's 2 out of the 5 rocks are in my hand. That's good. I want to slow him down a little bit, so I'm going to manually play Black Widow. I think he should have played Angela on the middle. Oh. This is maybe where rocks are kind of good. He should have played the Widow's Bite here.
Wind, aid my hand.
Okay, so Gamma Lab's probably going to be me. Let's see... I don't have anything to pull Lockjaw in there. I think I'm going to abdicate the flooded area. But 3 of my biggest cards are in my hand right now. Not a lot for Lockjaw left to pull. Yeah, that helps Angela a little bit. Alright, so we're going to give up the center. We're going to drop the rock there. Hopefully we get something interesting. That's bad. We're not doing too well at this point. If I drop a big card, it goes away. Let's drop Okoye and see if we get something strong here. It may have been screwed on this one. Gamma Lab worked out really well with the rocks. But watch Okoye drop and then buff my deck, get sent away, and pull in a buffed rock. That would just be such a middle finger to my deck at this point. So this is a thing a lot of people on Facebook have been complaining about lately, has been the excessive time taking for the hands. Some people have been saying they've been facing it the entire match. A lot of people have been saying the final round has been really bad. Is it me? Oh, it was me. I'm so sorry. It was me. Well, it's not going to be enough there. Let's see who we get for Okoye. Oh! Oh! Wow. Victory. Oh, man. That was really, really close. That could have gone a lot of different ways over there. Pulling in Jubilee and pulling in Scorpion, having just... Ooh. Okay. So RNGesus was on my side for that one. We got a couple dailies, and you'll notice down here in the lower right, the match got uploaded to SnapSync. So let me play it one more time and see if we can actually get the deck to function a little bit better than that. Too big. Whoops. Oh, nice. Oh. Oh, but he had Dr. Doom. Wow. I would say that's probably a net positive for me, depending on what kind of deck he's doing. I'm going to hold on to Widow and Wasp for Lockjaw. Very specifically Wasp. Let's get Scorpion out to disturb this guy a little bit. Alright, let's do this, let's do that. If Lockjaw pulls in somebody like Death... That's stupid to play Wave. We're gonna shuffle... Can't play the Demon there because the Demon would go away. Oh, wow, it persists into these cards. Okay. Let's go ahead. Alright, Scar is probably good. The Demon went away. Actually, wait a minute. I got an idea. Hold on a second. We want Okoye first, because she'll buff the deck. Alright. Gotta play this smart. It's a shame my Demon from the Hood went away, because that really would have boosted Nexus. His Jubilee pulls in. Leader. That could be dangerous. Oh, that's good. There we go. I'm gonna ignore Sakaar. There we go. There we go. Yep, get fucked. Victory. There we go. That's what the Lockjaw deck is supposed to do. And that one was definitely going to be way more of a win than the previous one over there. Wow, pulling in Doom and Jubilee for Sakaar on turn 1. Really, really big plays for both sides over there. Wave screwing things up even, and that effect going through post shuffle was a little bit surprising. Good lesson learned over there. Nexus was potentially risky, losing the demon to the shuffle and not being able to counter Hood. However, you wouldn't want to drop the demon over there for Lockjaw, because the demon is a strong card, and putting him on Lockjaw just to get teleported away would be bad. But pulling in Spider-Woman to weaken that side just enough so that Death comes in and does a huge job over there. It's really big. Playing Okoye before the Lockjaw swaps was also good, as it boosted Spider-Woman and Death just a little bit. Yeah, okay. Nice play. And a rank up. And Wasp ranks up too. Let's see if we get any good things from the collection ladder over here. Typhoid Mary. Except I don't have Luke, so my Typhoid Mary is gathering dust in the attic of my deck. So, there you go, guys. There is my John deck. It is my Lockjaw deck that I've been having a lot of good success with. Basically, the design is to have Lockjaw out, potentially have a freebie on the round that he drops with Wasp. Hood, Black Widow, Okoye, and Scorpion are also designed to drop on Lockjaw, cycle out, and potentially see a return to function later in the match. The bottom row is who I hope Lockjaw pulls in when he pulls in the free cards. Lockjaw pulling in Jubilee is always a lot of fun. And Lockjaw does have some value with Thor, because you can drop Thor not on the Lockjaw lane and drop Mjolnir on the Lockjaw lane. And what happens is Mjolnir would boost Thor and then go away and potentially could be pulled back in. And it's a 0, so it essentially does the exact same thing Wasp does. Yeah, that could be a variant. I wouldn't want to mess with this deck, but there is definitely a variant where Thor and Jane Foster could work with Lockjaw, potentially also Odin. So thanks for checking out this video, guys. I hope you liked the deck. If you got the cards for it, give it a try and let me know your success. Peace out, everybody, and Happy New Year.